Well, this is a required part of the dungeon here, where you have to change the water level again. Now, this is kind of the annoying part of the dungeon. This is the low point right here, because even though you already did this, you have to change the water level to its midpoint again. So we're about to drain it, then go back in the central structure, and then raise it to the midpoint again. And that's just... I mean, I know that's the central mechanic of the dungeon, but, like, we're just doing this again. We already did this. It's fine, though, but I'm just saying if there is a low point of the dungeon, this is it. Alright, right song this time? Yes. Okay, we're doing it. Triforce in order. No lyrics this time. Alright, so I got a lot of my facts, my neat facts, from various sources. Now, obviously... Zelda Wiki was a big one. The manual. Zelda Dungeon, another big one. Do we want to go back down there? What was in here? Oh, okay, that was the map. That's right. We went in there first, initially. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. I love hearing the torch. It's so weird in the fire temple, hearing torches. And they just light themselves over and over, which is just... it's weird. It's weird. Alright, okay, so that's where that... We know... That one has to be with the ice witch, because that's on 2F, so that's what we're going to do now. I'm pretty sure that's what we need to do. We know where all the Skulltulas are, so we basically know where everything is. So we are good. And we have the long shot now, so we can fully explore this, but I'm going to go ahead and do this anyway. This is a lot less tedious than I remember, than I was just describing it. It's really not that bad. You just got to go in 2 rooms. The only boring part is floating up to where we just raised the water the time before this. And also, did you know gaming videos are a really good source? I don't know if people do shit on them as a source. I've never seen it, because why would you? They translate old magazines. They interview old developers. They find... they find things nobody else has ever found before, and that's really cool. So, their videos are trustworthy. Now, sometimes in their older videos especially, they will say a fact that's just not true, but they will correct themselves in later videos. So, if you keep up with them, they're just always good. Always check out Did You Know Gaming. They're real gaming journalists. They've recovered lost... game media. They raise awareness for games that are about to become lost because of services being discontinued. Yes, all the Skulltulas without looking them up. That looks... Oh, that's such a satisfying thing to see right there. That emblem. Okay, yes. We can now go... Is the ice switch right here? Oh, that'd be even better. No, it is not. That's right. That's the entrance side. That is whatever that is over there. I don't remember. And this is where we need to be. Cool. Alright, so now we're going to swap to the long shot quickly. It's not like an insane time limit, but beautiful. And now we're trapped. Okay. Stop. But I also want to point out, I didn't say much about Ura Zelda. We can talk more about that in Master Quest. What? This is this, but without it drained. Why? Is it because we need to pull it out and then be able to push it? But it resets. Maybe it's only because I pulled it out partially. No, not that. My bad. Wrong item. My enunciation is really starting to piss me off if you can't tell. Okay, so let's go around, because that's got to be what it wants us to do, right? We'll ignore the Tektite. And then get over here and kill him. Nice. The way they split apart is very scary. Wait, where are you? You're not over here. Did we walk past you? Where's the ice switch? Are we on the wrong floor? I think... Oh, we're on the wrong floor. That's what it is. Yeah, okay, it's right here. Okay. We're all good. But, yeah, the video on what ended up becoming Master Quest, which some people consider a lost Zelda title, because, again, it was supposed to have a bunch of different stuff remixed in the game. Miyamoto, in an interview, called it more like a parody game than a sequel, because it has the same story. The dungeons are remixed, a bunch of different mini games and different stuff, but largely just a different version of the same game. But it ended up just being dungeons, and people were disappointed. And there's a neat history on that. And no, it was not two different teams entirely. They did split off, but the members of the team did end up going to work on Majora's Mask first to finish that primarily, and then they went back and finished Master Quest, and then it was finally released as a pre-order bonus for Wind Waker, like I said before. Okay, so we have that key, so we can finally go back and go to the bottom, but we need the water level to be changed again, don't we? Which I'm not sure we can... Okay, sure. Alright, buddy. Can we do that at the bottom? Where is that? Okay, let's look at the map. That is north. That's the only chest left, so yes, it definitely has to be the boss key. That's the only thing we need left at all. Did I really not have to look anything up for the water temple? Because we know where the boss is and everything. Alright, if that's north, it's right here. Yeah, we should... I hope to God we can do this with this water level. I don't think so. Please don't let me be wrong about this. With the frizz? No way! Oh! Yeah, okay, I think we're good. Of course, we have to raise the water level back to the top, probably, to do the boss. Maybe not. But, that's all I have to say about Master Quest. What were some other corrections? Oh, I said that there were 250 staff members because that's what Wikipedia and a lot of other sources said. And yes, I do use Wikipedia as a source. I look at its sources too, though. Yeah, I'll leave this in. Why not? I'm having a good time talking. I'm sorry. I know this is probably like the 4th video of the water temple already. Hopefully not. It's taken me way less time than I expected. I really should have shot the Tektites. Oh well. I'll accept my fate. Does that respawn them too? Okay, I'm only going to kill the ones in the back, though. But they said in the Iwata Ass interview in 2011 to commemorate the remake, it got up to 50 people. Or no, sorry. That was a different interview. That was a Miyamoto interview from 99, I believe, that said they started with about 15, then got to 25, and got to 50, which he thought was too much. He said ideally, the ideal number for a development team is 15. No, it was 25, then 35, then 50. He said they started with 25, but no, it really did start with 2 guys, not counting the Zelda 2 remake, which was still also 2 guys, just a different 2 guys, but, you know, you get the gist of it. I think 250 people was including, like, translators, probably the actors that did the motion capture, I don't know. And like the voice actors, but Miyamoto is not counting all of those. So core day-to-day development team staff, that was about 50 people. And Miyamoto said that okay, yeah, we'll take these guys out too. He didn't say that. Maybe he did at some point, but in Japanese probably, and not English, and probably not about this specific subject. And I'm getting to where I really have to pee, but I really want to wait until right before the boss so I can take a break, and I want to finish this thought. What did he say? I'm back, everybody. I went to pee, so there you go. I got my thoughts together. Miyamoto said in an interview that he was much more involved with Mario 64 than with Zelda because he was overseeing the 5 directors. But he directed and produced Mario 64. And he was asked if he thought this was the best game he's ever made or the best game of all time. He said he thinks Mario is the best action game of all time and this is the best adventure game of all time. And he said he hopes with every game he makes that he can top these games. And I don't know, he stepped back more from this point onward. He's still been a part of development. Even to this day, he's a part of development. He just steps back further and further as time goes on. One more clarification is that I said he specifically cared about the shot where you leave the ranch, escape the ranch with Epona. I'm sure we can have 3... Oh, never mind. Oh, we're not getting rid of our bugs, obviously. All right, we've now done everything. We'll let that fairy be free. Also, the only reason they're balls of light and not like they were in previous games where they're, I was going to say little girls. That's not inaccurate, but it sounds unpleasant. It's just because they couldn't make them that detailed with the 64. But I think the balls of light look really cool. They're much more mysterious. And plus, it would have been a little too much like the Zelda cartoon for me, if you ask, where he had that annoying fairy named Sprite following him everywhere. Navi is annoying, but not nearly intolerable. But I barely watched that cartoon. I've only seen clips of it. I need to watch the whole thing, honestly. Same with all the Mario shows, but... sorry, I get sidetracked constantly, which apparently was even worse in my older videos, but Miyamoto specifically was more interested in the bridge Gerudo Valley jumping scene, where, of course, it was intended originally only that you would jump the bridge with Epona, even though you can do it with the long shot. That's why Epona isn't necessary at all, because the long shot made her unnecessary, but they wanted you to use Epona. We're going to have to raise the level again, aren't we? Okay, but it's in the middle now. Oh, we do it. Oh, I don't fucking remember at all. In here? You know what? I am going to leave this in. I walked in that door and... Oh, oops, it got me again. And if this is not it, I'm sorry. Then I might cut this out, depending on what I say here, if it's completely useless, but... yes, he did care about all the horse shots because he loves country music and Western films. Oh, okay, this was nice and quick. Okay. They actually made it a lot easier than I remember. Once you learn the dungeon, it's pretty easy to do. I'm shocked at how easy of a time we had, but great. I'm so pleasantly surprised. Also, that watery effect that's on everything, even above water, looks so cool to me. I would have loved this game as a kid if I had just not sucked so hard at games when I was a kid and thought, oh, no jump button. Earlier in development, I did forget to mention you did have to jump specifically, but he did care about the ranch scene to finish out that thought, since I never seemed to be able to. It was just more so the Gerudo Valley Bridge scene that he cared about. So there's that little correction. Also, I didn't mention this. Because I didn't know. Now, I mentioned that you can move the control stick to bend pitch, like... Now, I was moving it like crazy, but you can just do it like a normal note. Again, never used in-game, but if you want to bend pitches differently... Z lowers them. R raises them. I believe... The control stick is a whole semitone, and it's like a half semitone with Z and R. I don't know music theory well enough, but there's a lot of things named after major chords, apparently, in the game. There's a lot of good naming conventions in this game. I haven't gotten to it yet because it's kind of a spoiler for a lot of things. This part sucks. What? Why is it not... Oh, do you have to do it on this side? What? What's happening? This is how you do this. What? Is it not? I thought the iron boots were how you got up this hill. Is it the regular... Oh, it is regular walking. Okay, I'm dumb. I really like this room because you got to time it just perfectly. Because if you move slightly, you'll slide back down. It's the only time they use a slide as an obstacle in the whole game, I think. As far as I remember. Maybe it's in some mini dungeon later or something. I don't know. But as far as the ocarina goes, before we stop, Miyamoto said he could play the theme song in-game, and this was one of his favorite details, to some Japanese game show that was popular at the time. And he was going to make an Easter egg where a cushion, because like the more you win the game, the more cushions you get to sit on or lose cushions. He was going to make a cushion fly across the screen. But he didn't implement it because it would make no sense to international players. I thought that sucked. I thought that would have been really cool if he had done that. Of course, I'm not going to give him all the credit. Well, it was his idea, but... Wayne, look out! That isn't normal water over there. It looks really good. I want to drink it. It looks like it looks like water. So, Navi, I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, well, let's just get on one of these platforms. Evil water! No, don't eat Navi, please. She's my friend. No, Link. Wayne! Watch out, Wayne! I'm sorry. I just don't know what to say in these long atmospheric cutscenes. This is the boss! Giant aquatic amoeba, Morpha. The idea of a giant amoeba is pretty cool. So is this a single cell organism? Because that looks like more than one cell if you ask me. Oh, we missed? Obviously, you know, as with every boss, you've got to use the dungeon item against it. So you can only damage this thing when it's out. But this is what happens if it grabs you. And yes, I did let this happen. I'm not good at this boss fight. I almost died the first time. I struggled hard. Last time I thought it was crazy easy. But I really was like, oh, this boss fight kind of sucks. It is a little tedious, but it's not that bad. Mostly, the problem is it moves too fast and the long shot's too slow. Master of the Water Temple. It has absolute control of water. Pull out its nucleus and attack it. So it's not an amoeba if it has, like, a whole... I don't know. I guess... Oh, oops. Okay, yeah, this is just me sucking now. Here's a fun fact, though. Morpha's programming led to, like, in this room... led to the designer dicking around and programming the fishing minigame and everything that goes with it. So that's why we have that. Okay, I pulled it and then it just went back in the water, so that sucks. At least you don't have to use the iron boots in this boss fight, because that would have been annoying. Oh, come on, that's... I don't know what it's doing. We can totally reach it though, right? I guess not. Yeah, there's no... Oh, shit! Okay, we got one hit. Cool. But as you can see, we can't pull it up from here, so we just gotta go all the way back across. You want to try to get yourself in a corner? If you can get it in the corner, that's great. You can probably one-cycle this boss. Okay, I don't think we can reach it from here either. Okay, well, I meant before I scooted up. Yeah, this is why the boss is fucking annoying. You get like 2 hits on it and then back off a good chunk of the time. We will get it where we can pull it out and just wail on it like we're supposed to. Oh yeah, like this. But it runs away so easily. Come on, dude. Also, this is Ganon's idea for an evil creature? Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, the big Oron sword makes that a joke. Okay, yeah, that's why it's not so bad. I don't know if it's just got lower health than a lot of bosses, but honestly, the bosses have been pieces of cake. No, the cool, delicious-looking, refreshing water that was actually that living creature. I mean, I guess it's dripping back down if I want to go lick the floor. It's probably pretty sanitary. I don't know. Like, I'm sure people were here like thousands of years ago. It is an ancient temple. Where is the heart container? I do not want to forget that. It didn't show us, did it? Okay. Ooh, that's an easy one to forget. I would have been so lost and confused later. At least this is an easy boss room to get back to if you do miss it, but... We only have 3 hearts left, and 2 of them are from the other temples. So we have 4 or fewer pieces of heart left to get in the entire game. Oh, do you want me to gush about the crystal again? I'm not going to. I'm doing it internally, mentally. I wonder who the sage is, by the way. That's a shock. Wayne, I would have expected no less from the man I chose to be my husband. Zora's domain and its people will eventually return to their original state. As a reward, I grant my eternal love to you. And he's shocked. Well, that's what I want to say, but I don't think I can offer that now. I have to guard the water temple as the Sage of Water. And you're searching for the Princess Zelda? Ha! You can't hide anything from me. Princess Zelda. She's alive. I can sense it. So don't be discouraged. I can tell that nothing will stop you in your quest for justice and peace. You must take this medallion. Take it respectfully. Yeah, so Zora's domain will slowly thaw. We won't see it during the events of the game, but it will happen like in Link's lifetime. That's kind of the implication here. But we don't get to visit all the Zora and they don't say, "Thanks, Wayne," over and over. Kind of disappointing. If you see Sheik, please give him my thanks, okay? Also, that was our first mention of Zelda our entire adulthood, I think, right? But obviously, this is the Legend of Zelda. Zelda's, going to be an important part of the plot. As the water rises, the evil is vanishing from the lake. Wayne, you did it. Did Ruto want to thank me? I see. We have to return peace to Hyrule for her sake, too, don't we? Look at that, Wayne. Together, you and Princess Ruto destroyed the evil monster. She didn't do much to the monster, though. Once again, the lake is filled with pure water. All is as it was here. Gorgeous camera angles. She doesn't back away this time. We're sharing a moment together. And then she backs away. Did you see Sheik up there still watching us? It will always be sunrise at this moment. Because remember, you stand on this. Oh, we do have to respawn the fire arrows. Okay. You can leave and long shot onto Pierre during the dungeon to get these, but what is the point of that? But, this game looks so good in so many ways for its time, and it's mostly the cinematography. It's pretty ugly graphically, but what they do with what they have is pretty amazing. And I come to realize that more and more over time. Sorry, Pierre, we do not need you this time. We finally got the fire arrow! Set it to C and your arrows will be powered up. If you hit your target, it will catch fire. Let's take a gander. This is what these are for. Now, I also didn't explain the MP thing. I may have been confused about it before, but that video lost in localization. I forget the guy's name. The Japanese teacher I mentioned before. Great video. Check it out if you are interested in this sort of thing at all. Which, if you're watching the video, you're probably mildly interested at the very least. Well, watching this video, I mean. But MP power is based on spin attacks. A spin attack is 1 MP, a fully charged spin attack. So this is the equivalent of 2 spin attacks. This is the equivalent of 6. so on and so forth. Like, you get the gist of it, right? But before we go, I had one more thing to say. In that cutscene, there's an alternate version that goes unused. I'm not sure why they cut this out, but Sheik says, I think while they're standing next to each other, I could be wrong, I believe you are going to save this world, before backing away. Let's look for someone who might know something about the other sages. Who's Saria? I don't think Saria says anything else, but I don't care to find out right now. I wish I had talked to Saria when we became an adult before saving her in the Fire Temple, but I'm LP Master 6! I can't believe I beat that dungeon in like an hour and a half. With that little break I took, we're just now, in a few seconds, about to hit an hour and 45 minutes. I can't believe it. Oh, it feels so good. That was a really good time. I'm going to save. And I will see you next time for everything we can do with the long shot. Spoilers, it's not very much important. But then we will get a move on with the plot, because we actually have no direction of what to do or where to go next. And it feels good. So let's explore a little, baby. But again, we're actually getting to some plot pretty quickly. Goodbye. Goodbye.